The latest news coming out of Cleveland has created real tension around the Browns. A sudden twist in the roster could completely shift the team's plans for the rest of the preseason, and maybe even for Week 1. One rising name just hit a major setback, while another, who had been flying under the radar, may have just gotten an unexpected shot. All of this is happening in the middle of a heated battle with more questions than answers. If you're a true Browns fan, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. Let's get into the video. The Browns just got hit with a dose of bad news heading into their matchup against the Eagles. Rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders is dealing with an oblique injury that might keep him on ice not just for Saturday's game but possibly through the rest of the preseason. Kevin Stefanski broke the update Thursday, and let's just say, it doesn't sound like Sanders is suiting up anytime soon. The young QB tweaked something during warm-ups on Wednesday, tried to power through individual drills, but the pain didn't quit. Stefanski explained, "If it's a right guard, maybe he can tough it out. But a quarterback, that muscle's mission critical." Translation: no throws, no show. Stefanski made it clear the team's playing this one safe. Quarterbacks twist, torque, and whip that body all game long. And that oblique? Yeah, that's ground zero for motion. So they're pumping the brakes and taking a day-by-day approach. Now, just when it felt like Sanders was starting to make some noise, especially after balling out against the Panthers last Friday with 138 yards and 2 touchdowns on 14 of 23 passing, he's back to fighting for position. Even with that strong debut, the rookie 5th-rounder was still sitting 4th on Cleveland's depth chart. And now, with this injury, he might find himself stuck there when September rolls around. Kenny Pickett's still rehabbing a hamstring, so Joe Flacco's currently lined up to lead the charge in Week 1 against the Bengals. As for the upcoming Eagles game, it's likely 3rd-round rookie Dillon Gabriel gets the nod, assuming his own hamstring is ready for liftoff after sitting out last week. Stefanski summed it up best: "Injuries stink. These guys don't want to miss a single rep," he said. "But even when you're sidelined, there's still ways to grow." True. But for Sanders, this one's got to sting a little more. The kid was making a legit case to move up the QB ladder. Instead, he might open the season buried at QB4, unless GM Andrew Berry decides to go bold and actually roll with 4 QBs on the active roster. If the first story had you on edge, the second one takes it up a notch. Something big might be brewing in Cleveland. Dillon Gabriel's stock just got a major boost in the Browns' wild QB carousel, and if ESPN Cleveland's Tony Rizzo is on the money, head coach Kevin Stefanski might be rolling out the red carpet for him in Philly. Let's set the stage. Deshaun Watson's out indefinitely. His Achilles gave out not once, but twice, and the Browns are scrambling to fill the QB1 void. Enter Gabriel, a 3rd-round pick out of Oregon with a big arm and even bigger expectations. He was the first QB Cleveland drafted in the post-Watson era, but definitely not the only. Since then, they've added Super Bowl vet Joe Flacco, made a move for former Steelers prospect Kenny Pickett, and grabbed Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round. It's a packed house. Gabriel's been holding the QB3 spot on the unofficial depth chart, but he missed his first big shot last week with a hamstring injury. While he watched from the sidelines, Sanders stepped in and lit it up. 2 touchdowns, 138 yards, and a solid 14 of 23 passing line against the Panthers. That should have been Gabriel's moment, but now, with both Sanders and Pickett banged up, the doors swung wide open for him to take the reins this Saturday against the Eagles. And here's where it gets juicy. Tony Rizzo says don't expect Gabriel to be thrown to the wolves. After a pretty brutal day during joint practice, where Gabriel reportedly went 6 of 19, Rizzo thinks Stefanski will dial up a confidence-boosting game plan. Think short passes, screens, rhythm throws, the kind of stuff that pads stats and builds swagger without risking much. "I don't think they'll go down the field a whole lot," Rizzo said. "I think they'll run some screens." That's code for Stefanski's gonna make sure his rookie doesn't flop in the spotlight. This all tracks with how Stefanski handled Sanders last week. There was no rush to crown him even after a big showing. The Browns' QB race is wide open, and every snap matters. Gabriel has a golden opportunity in Philly, and if Stefanski does in fact script it to make him look sharp, we could see a real shakeup in the pecking order heading into the final preseason stretch. Bottom line, Gabriel's got the stage, the playbook might be tailored to his strengths, and the Browns are still hunting for their Week 1 starter. Saturday could be the beginning of his rise, or just another twist in Cleveland's quarterback chaos. Nothing's certain in Cleveland right now. A key setback and a possible bold move have shaken things up. One wrong step, and someone's out. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's next.